Today we're talking about the book that Halime chose. And by the way, which book did you choose?
Well, I chose the book Emergency Murder by Janet McGiffin because I think that it has a very interesting title and the blurb was also exciting, so I decided on reading it.
Cool, and how did you experience the book? Were you engaged immediately or did it take you a while to get into it?
Yes, I experienced the book with reading it several times because it took me a bit of while to get into it. It isn't easy to understand, so I read it some more times.
Cool. What about the main characters? Could you describe them?
Yes, of course. Well, Maxine is an ambitious ER doctor. She's innocent and helpful. And Dr. Maxine Cassidy is a main character in the book. She's one of the main characters, and Detective Grabowski helps her, and he is also very bright and a good detective and does his job very well. Then Dr. Hank Meyer, he's a famous surgeon who believes that everything works well, and he's a person who can't realize difficult things in life, so he also thinks that everything will be fine. Dr. Virginia is a person who acts without thinking about others' life. She endangers their life with doing bad things, and she's also very ambitious and does everything for her job in this way. She does everything to save her own job.
Whoa, a lot of characters. And do the characters change by the end of the book? Do they grow or mature or even learn something about themselves and how the world works?
Oh, there's much to say. First, at the beginning, Maxine is a very helpful and a good ER doctor. She's still so at the end, but Grabowski is very skeptical at the beginning. But then his feelings and trust to Maxine grow, and he changed by this way. And Virginia, the murderer, seems nice at the beginning, is a murderer, but you didn't experience that until the end, but that's quite normal. I think that the characters all learn something about the world, especially Maxine, who was chummy with her, with her work. And the most important thing she must have learned is that she shouldn't trust everybody, even her friends. And Virginia might have learned that a lie will be nailed, even if you are a good liar. And I believe that it's the same with secrets and bad actions.
Okay, and is the plot engaging? Does the story interest you? Were you surprised by the plot's complications?
In my point of view, the story is very engaging because you want to know who the murderer is. It starts with a death and you experience that just at the end. That's why I wanted to read more and more, and the story interested me. But sometimes I found it kind of boring and slow because of the research things and the whole duration of investigation. I can't clearly say that it wasn't surprised, but because I didn't expect that Virginia killed Nanette Meyer with her experiment. So there was a lot of action.
Okay, and why do you think the author chose this way to tell the story?
I think that his aim was to make the story exciting, so he chose this way and introduced an unexpected ending to the story, so an unexpected murderer.
And which themes are explored by the author?
There are many themes, like trust, murder, emergency, a detective's hard work, how unfair a person can be to do something for himself, and also romantic.
Okay, and the end, is it satisfying?
Yes, it's a satisfying end because you know who the murderer is, but I would add more romance between Grabowski and Maxine because their relationship ended without a big result at the end.
And if you could ask the author a question, what would you ask? Have you read other books by the author?
I would ask him why he chose Virginia as murderer and what he thought about his decision.
Okay, and the last thing I want to know, has this book changed you, broadened your perspective? Have you learned something new or been exposed to different ideas about people or a certain part of the world?
I think that the book was a good way to show the people how important trust is. Maybe it broadened my perspective, but I don't think that I changed my view, that my opinion changed about life. If a book should change me, it must be a different one. I didn't learn more about people or a certain part of the world because it's already known how the people are. And it's also known how many people are not able to keep secrets and you can't trust everybody. So this is my point of view.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you too.